Not knowing no one, and it's crazy. I'm used to going out every day with my mates and that, and while I was down here I didn't know no one, so it was just like staying in all the time and that.
You didn't know who he was at first, and then he started hanging around with Anton then, because he lived, well, he was living near him, so he started hanging around with them, so we got to know him then, because he was hanging around with Anthony and his sisters. He was going out with one of his sisters. And we got to know him through them, and that's it really. And then his brother moved down as well, and then everyone got to know him, and at the time they were a bit of trouble causers.
All my life, like coming up when I was in Elwood and all that, I was fighting all the time there and I was losing. So when I come down here, it was like a second chance to prove myself. So if someone like disrespected me or whatever, done something that had done my head in, then I'd want to go and have a pop at them to make sure they knew not to do it again, sort of thing. It's like a respect thing, working my way up the ladder, sort of thing. One day, all I can remember really is I had a bit too many drinks and lost it and ended up smashing my uncle's house up, like where I was staying, and I got kicked out of there after I packed all my stuff up, left the house, walking around the streets just wanting to fight with anyone and everyone.
The lads chose to film here because it's where they grew up, it's their home, and it's where they hang out, and it's where they got involved in a fair amount of trouble from time to time, I believe. For some people, this is where they grew up and this is what they've known and this is their neighbourhood. And as you can see, it's just getting taken down. And that will lead to young people feeling displaced and disenfranchised in some ways. So it's not difficult to see how behaviour can turn to a negative type of behaviour.
Like Pino and that, they used to like always get pulled by the police and that for like drinking or robbing or something like that. They didn't go out looking for trouble, never have. I don't really go looking for it, don't see the point in it.
We'd be having a couple of drinks in the house, not much, maybe a couple of cans or a little bottle of vodka, and then once that had run out, we'd be like, let's go and get some more. So we'd go and get more, and then everyone would start feeling a bit pissed then. So that's when drugs would come into it, pick us up a little bit, stop us feeling so saggy and that. And then once we had a little bit, you just want more then. Could have killed myself really with what I was doing, but young and stupid, didn't think about it, just done it.
Young people wanted to show on the film the side of them that people see, which was faceless young people kind of getting into trouble and being a bit aggressive. But the side in the boxing ring is the other side of them, which can be quite disciplined and quite capable and quite talented.
Got some good flow with it for you as well, you just make good seeing, skipping. Is that the guy that's doing that?
The boxing project came about when a couple of lads that were on a previous project called Pimp My Cart, where we turned a car, an old Land Rover, into musical sculpture. They'd been on that project and they came into the Brindley Arts Centre and said we want to do some more work, which was fantastic for me, because it shows that they enjoyed the project that we did before and that got something out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're just going on the one, yeah? Gas. 2, 3, 4. I wondered, what would happen is if you created beats out of boxing, so you made the actual sound of boxing a rhythm, and could you MC over that? How would it sound? And that's really where the idea came. When we originally went to the lads and talked, we said we could create a show set in a boxing ring. You could make beats out of the actual boxing itself. You could MC over it, and you could even do some dance in the boxing ring and maybe some film. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here's what I suggest, right? I don't reckon for now you need to hit the bag as hard, because what's happening is when the bag swings, it's throwing you out of time. So just hit it a bit lighter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, it's speeding up. Initially, the thing that came most naturally to them was the boxing training and the MCing. A lot of them already wrote lyrics, and they had a lot of lyrics in the bag that they were just throwing out at us, which were fantastic, which we used some of. But I think they really got a lot out of combining what they could already do with things they couldn't do, like the filmmaking and the dance. And interestingly, by the end of the project, those elements, the dance and the filmmaking, wound up being the areas where they spent more of their time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'ma go sick when I'm on a mic like this. With a mic check, gotta get a witness. The witness, I'm the best in the business. Hit it with a fitness, rhyming sickness. Okay, now bounce to the one, bounce to the beat, to the bass, to the drum. Now put it when I'm right now, coming on strong. To the coming on sick, to the comfortable get some. To the coming on fast like that. I'm back from a fast time, coming at child like a Liverpool bastard. Coming on shit. Here we go again, a rider with a ride this bass line. When I'm on a mic, I'm rhyming so sick. I do it like this, like that. We're gonna be back over to attack with a ride. So fast, so free. Who's on a mic one time? It's time to begin. So let's go with the flow. Yes, you know it's MC Pin. Open a microphone. Know where the wine is. Yes, so wind it now low.
Society is too bad for itself. It's crumbling down and it needs some help. 24/7, please ask question. Think by now we would learn the lesson.
Here we go again, a rider with a ride this bass line.
What's going on, boy? What's going on? You're playing football. You have to move on. Take away the freedom. What next to do? They'll have you blaming me and me blaming you.
I'll just go over again how this is coming together, just so we all kind of know. We've got our film. This is the stuff we're going to film. That plays in the background. In front of that,
is the film continuous throughout the whole thing, or is it going to have pauses and breaks in?
Well, I think we'd have pauses in it, or something else. Well, do you,
like
I mean,
where the film could stop and something else comes in.
What happens in the ring in front? Yeah, that's
What's going on in the back,
that's a good
like
idea.
validating what we're doing in the ring. Front.
I don't think the film will pause us in, it'll go black. There'll be something else in it that's just like smoother, slower, that's giving you a breather.
Say we're doing these 12 rounds or whatever. If say we have one like, I want one for violence, called violence. So like on the projector screen or whatever it is we're playing it off, just have violence there.
Yeah.
The film, and then this is violence, and then do the thing, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So they weren't keen on the dance in the first place when we very first suggested it, but by bringing the film as a stronger element into it and talking about making it like a music video, they got into the idea of this thing kind of almost being like a live music video, and then the dance sort of came naturally with that. We had a superb choreographer, Genevieve Say, who just is very, very good at working with these groups of young people, because she came from a similar kind of place herself, so she's able to understand and relate, and that's how the dance became a very strong element of the final performance, which we were really pleased about, because I have to say when we started I didn't see that happening.
Sick of people looking down the nose at me just because I walk down the street wearing a hoodie. Get done by the police who are playing footy. I'm sick of you people trying to stop me. Everything you say is the same old story. Get out my way, you're starting to bore me. So listen, you're never gonna catch me. So listen, you're never gonna stop me, yo.
Because we're outclassed and outcast. I am what I am because of the past. Everybody in the world has room to learn. Now I know what I know, it's your turn. Speaking my mind, but the freedom I have, at least while I can from my mind turns bad. Getting posed as the enemy, it's not right. Not gonna go down without a fight.
Girls, violence, give me no pride. Rotten and TV and twisting inside, I lie. I really, really love it. Trust me, mate, I can't rise above it. Violence, it's down to girls. Lipstick, makeup, thick curls. Nah, they're out of this world. Can't blame all this violence on girls.